Like, what kind of crap is that? How can you just like tell someone like that? Someone has been physically abusive. They've reached out maybe to friends and family, and instead of telling them like, let's sit down and find out what the issue is and try to mediate, the family tends to push for that marriage to continue, no matter the circumstances. So today I'll be doing a makeup transformation, and to start off my makeup transformation, I'll just wear my wig. This is the wig I'm wearing. So we'll be doing this get ready with me, and to just start off, I will also be discussing a trending topic. There's something that is now in the media that is trending about DJ Brownskins. I didn't want to talk about it because I felt like it's already a sad situation, and me speaking on it, it's like I'm taking advantage. That is what I was feeling before. But then, oh jeez, sorry. But then I just thought like people need to hear what I have to say about this. Ladies need to understand what, it's important for us ladies to speak on such things because they really, really affect us. I have a missing nail here, don't come for me. So one thing I've noticed is, I'll also be looking here because I have some notes on this topic because it's something that has really disturbed me. Like I just got down to writing. It's like I was writing a novel because of what has happened to that story of DJ Brownskins and the wife, the unfortunate incident. God rest her soul in peace, and may God heal those kids and her family also from just having to go through that after burying her so long ago. Now this comes out. As women, we take so much crap in society. Let me just adjust this and put it closer. As women, I've realized we take so much crap, maybe because of one reason or another. Mostly it's because of kids. You don't want to leave your kids, and also as an African from a Kenyan background, let's just say, they frown upon divorce so much. And in case you have a complaint maybe about your partner, maybe the partner is playing you, maybe the partner is not faithful, they normally tell you, even if the partner is physically abusive, most families, they tell you, vumilia, like persevere, it's part of life, that's the way marriage is. Like, what craziness is that? What kind of bull crap is that? Like, what kind of crap is that? How can you just like tell someone like that? Someone has been physically abusive. They've reached out maybe to friends and family, and instead of telling them like, let's sit down and find out what the issue is and try to mediate, the family tends to push for that marriage to continue, no matter the circumstances. That is the African perspective for you. In case you're not African, okay, that is the Kenyan way. Let me just say the Kenyan. Let me not go for other African countries because I don't know about them. I just used calamine lotion to just put a base. I love it because it doesn't sweat even if you go for 6 hours. Even if you're dancing, it doesn't sweat off. So I even cried, by the way. I thank God now my emotions are a bit cooled down. Like, this is something that really, after watching that video, this is something that I really, really felt bad about. So I took time to write some notes and decided to share with you in case you're a lady and you might be going through such a situation. In case you're even men go through physical abuse, even emotional abuse, partners who don't like take them seriously, because I believe what happened basically is maybe this has happened before where she has threatened to do that, to commit suicide. And now the partner like, akozile she normally says this. But now it went through, even as things were happening and progressing on camera, you can see the way she was reaching out to him. She was like going towards him and all that. It's a very unfortunate and sad situation. But what can we do? It has happened. All you can do from it is learn now to avoid another sister, another girl, another woman having to go through such. Because it's very sad, and I wouldn't like to have another situation like that again. For any of my subscribers, for any of the friends, the relatives, you know, it's a very, very sad situation that really made me like not feel happy about. So as women, I was telling you, we take so much crap in the name of babies. Like, I'm here for my kids, like I'm with this guy for my kids, I'm with this guy because his family is a G, or my family will say this if I'm to leave. My friends, what will they think about me if I tell them that this is going on? And things to look out for among, if you want to know, maybe you're in a toxic relationship or a relationship that is not going well, that you're not happy in, and you should start now be thinking of leaving, because if that chick had left that relationship, I don't think ingefika hapa. She would be alive and well somewhere. Even if she could be a single mother, angekuwa anachunga watoto wake, aingefika hapo. So things to look out for if you want to know it's time like for me to leave or to do something, is if a man loses respect for you. One thing is, respect is very important in marriage. Like, I think that's why, sorry guys, I think that's why in Muslim relationships, for example, I believe that is why even as long as you treat those women fairly, even if you have 4 different women, you are allowed to marry up to 4. As long as you have the capacity to take care of them and to treat them fairly. Because you cannot be fair if you don't respect someone. Has that sunk? You cannot be fair to someone if there is no respect between you guys. So they expect you to be able to respect even all the women that you'll have, be it 2, be it 3, as long as you treat them fairly. And that is part of the religion, the Muslim religion. Though I don't know so much about it, but I believe that is one condition. If you want to marry another woman, you have to have to be able to treat all of your women fairly. That is one thing I had. And I've read also part of it. My understanding, you have to be able to treat them fairly. So when it comes to non-Muslims, for example, you find that or rather when it comes to relationships, if you want to know things are going down, you find that they lose respect for you. Like a man who loves you won't talk to you rudely, especially mbele ya watu. Yeah, it's human nature to get angry at times, maybe, but if you have to constantly remind someone to respect your boundaries, like they keep on disrespecting you in public, in private, now that is time to back up, sis. If you find like you have to really struggle with a man to be respected, that is a bad sign. That is shows that you're not in a good place in the relationship. You either seek counseling. I'm not propagating to just break marriages. No. You seek counseling. You find a way through it, because it's not normal. Let's not normalize some behaviors. Let's not normalize like a man physically beating you or a man being abusive to you. We are not going to normalize that here. And also the Kenyan society should start acting about that. Like, you should know that, for example, if your son is rude to the wife in front of you as a woman, if your son is rude to the wife, you had in a trending topic, like the woman was saying the way the man bet her in front of the relatives, and the relatives did nothing. Like, how can you allow your son to do such a thing? You even beat up a woman mbele ya watu yani. That means in private it's even far worse, because now we are here in public and you do that, and then the family is like, oh, don't wash our dirty linen in public. What dirty linen? What if I died? Wrong behaviors like my brother beating the wife in front of me, for example. Even behind my back, even in front of me, I cannot condone that. Because in case anything happens, because we are fragile, especially females. Females are fragile. Mtu anaweza anguka tu hivi kidogo, they die, and then what? And then you're there as the family saying it's part of life. So this woman, like I've seen in our society also, like women, we reach out to family, for example, if you're in a bad situation, you tell them, oh, this man has been doing this to me, this man has been doing this to me, this man, and the family is like, oh, pole, but even wanakuanga, maybe since he was a young boy, he's always been temperamental. Like, what does that have to do with me, guys? What does that have to do with me? Like, do something, talk to him. If at all it's even going to a psychologist, so that he can bring out his issues, so someone can talk to him through them, so that he can heal whatever anger issues he has in him, so we can get past that. So it was like that story of suicide, baby Brown. It has really brought so much to my head. Like, I was in a past relationship where this guy hit me. So when he hit me, I reached out to the family. Like, oh, this guy is hitting me, and you see the mom, what they said? They were like, oh, hiyo ni kawaida, you don't have to tell people about it. Imagine. That is the way that is the African perspective on how relationships and marriage should be. You see, if people were more open to discussions, if people were more approachable even in that girl's life, someone would have talked to her and told her, you don't need to stand for maybe such and such a behavior. You don't need to be depressed. It's not about you. It's about your partner. If, for example, you keep on abusing me, or physically abusing me, or maybe threatening me, or even, manipulating me, it's you. It's not me. That's what we ladies need to understand. So we should always have our worth on the forefront. I should always know that I'm worth more. I deserve to be treated good. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be given gifts. And also in reference to DJ Brownskins' late wife's video. As I've said, RIP to her, and so sorry to the family and the kids. Like, walk away. If it comes to the point where you're even thinking about suicide, you're even thinking of maybe you are worthless, because for someone to reach that point of committing suicide, they must, in their heads, they must be at the point whereby I'm not even worth living. Like, this life is not worth it with me in it. And that is when they proceed to the point of killing themselves. So in terms of that, what I'll tell you is, if you feel like you're getting those depressive thoughts, those kind of thoughts, call someone, reach out to someone and tell them, I'm feeling depressed. So please come and pray with me, come and talk to me. I feel like I'm not in a good place in my life. That is something you need to learn to do. You even if it's someone, afadhali hata wakusengenye baadaye, let them talk about you baadaye, but they're talking about you while you're in a better space. You're in a better frame. Your mindset is in a better frame. Like, you're not thinking depressive thoughts anymore. So I wish she could have reached out to someone who cared, because it seems like the people she was around didn't care much, and the ones who cared couldn't do much about it. Says before someone also goes to the stage of the stage of even taking poison and such, you find that they have even before maybe done it once or twice, and that is why I think this young man, DJ Brownskins, didn't do much. Like, alifikiria tu ni kama kawaida. The way you know that huyu anafanyanga hivyo. I think I don't know, I'm not sure, but I don't think this was her first attempt at that. So you find that hata ndo maana the guy took it so lightly, and when he took it so lightly, it ended up being bad, like to that point. Not because maybe he wanted her to die. So what I'm telling you is, please don't demonize this guy. Maybe this is something that, the relationship was already toxic. You can even just see yourself. That was a toxic relationship. but they were together, and maybe she had attempted to do this 2 or 3 times before. I'm not sure, I'm not speaking from like evidence, no. But what I'm telling you is the reason why I think he might have downplayed the whole thing is because maybe it has happened before. Maybe she has threatened to do this before, maybe 10 times, maybe 5 times. And it hasn't gone through. So maybe he thought it's business as usual. This chick normally just says that, and then things go back to usual. So he might have just assumed that, this is not going to get out of hand. You understand? I'm not excusing him for the part he had to play in that whole thing, because he had the guts to just record it. Maybe even he was recording it to show people what she does. That is what you need to understand, guys. So let's not demonize him. Maybe he was recording it to show people how she threatens him. Because also that is not a good place to be in a relationship whereby your partner might be using blackmail, like I'll commit suicide. Unajua? So it might have, I'm not excusing him, please don't come for me. He might have had a part. As a man, obviously, it's your job to take care of your wife, her happiness. But also happiness depends on you as a person. If you don't make yourself happy, it's very hard for someone else to make you happy. Like it's next to impossible for someone who is not you. To make you happy. That's why sometimes we even resort to medication, psychologists, so that we can reset our mindset and come back to that happy place where maybe we need to be to continue living a healthy life. That guy was recording that video was because she's seen too much, and maybe he has seen too much. Maybe he has had enough of the threats. Maybe he wanted to even send the video to the parents, He didn't know it would get out of hand. I don't think it's normal for a person, no matter how hard or how hard-hearted they are, to sit down and watch someone die. I'm sure it creates business as usual. So if you guys take time maybe to find out the other part of the story, you might find that this is something that maybe used to happen from time to time. It's not the first time that has happened. The way that guy was just taking that situation, the way he was reacting to that situation, this is not the first time that this has happened. And I'm a stranger to the family. I know nothing about them. I know him because he's a DJ. He plays reggae and I love reggae. But I don't know him like that. I don't even think I've ever talked to him except hi when he was DJing. So simtetei, but what I'm saying is, this guy might not have known that this situation will get out of hand. So let's not demonize him. Let this thing take its course. If possible, let an investigation be done. Because if at all I have evidence that you normally blackmail me into doing things, Nini, it's also something that I can talk to people about. So maybe he was recording for evidence, to just show people, oh, guys, this is what I go through. Because that was already a toxic environment he was in. Now, simtetei, I'm not justifying whatever happened. Because the mental state of, like the conditions of that relationship already nakani shida. You can see the way that son is just there talking to the mom, and that guy is just there on the side, which is not a kind thing. But what if he's seen that like 4 times, 5 times? That's why I said we need to talk, ladies. Because like it's about, let me just say the truth, it's about us. We need to love ourselves more. We need to know we are worth it. We need to know we deserve happiness. Like if one thing doesn't work, move on to the next. Maybe you are here in a relationship. Yes, maybe you found yourself in a relationship, or you're even married to someone. But maybe that is not your man that God meant for you. Because God doesn't give you a man who will abuse you. God gives you a man who will bring you happiness. God doesn't give you a man who will constantly put you down. and make you feel worthless. No, 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 no. That might not be your man. You might be struggling and holding on to a relationship that is not meant to be there. So it's time we ladies sit down and we understand, it's also about what I do. And let's not resort to suicide. You know, most suicide people think they are punishing others by getting out of their lives. Most suicidal people, their mindset is, let me punish this guy. Let me do this and punish this guy. Maybe playing me, maybe for talking to other women, maybe even being abusive to me. You're punishing the other person by getting yourself out of living a very nice life that maybe even in the near future could have been brighter. You know, you're here thinking I'm punishing this guy by killing myself. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't do that, sis. Don't do that. Because I know in the state of mind where you are depressed to that point, you might not think it the way I'm thinking it right now because I'm not in your shoes. I can't even envision myself in your shoes because I don't know what someone goes through to reach there. But the little I know about life is, once you overcome that stamping block, there's always a brighter, easier path. Hata kama kutakuwa na harder and harder, there is a day that will come that things will be better. That's what you need to understand. But by getting yourself out of your kids' lives, guys, don't sacrifice the happiness of your kids, because that is a child who has already been scarred. Why would you want to scar someone else? If you're scarred to the point of thinking of such things, why would you want to scar someone you love, your child, like that? Do I remember that boy saying, "Mami, tunaenda sijui kwa nyumba ingine?" And then the mama was saying, "Ati tunaenda kwa nyumba ya daddy, tunaenda kwenyu." Sijui, something like that. And the baby was dressed up like he was going somewhere. Like the whole situation just broke me. Mpaka nikalia yani, until I was crying like, how can it get so out of hand? But the reason I cried was for this woman who has just like, who thought he's punishing a guy by killing herself while she's taking herself out of life, like she's switching off her own lights. Though I've told you, if I'm wrong, please forgive me, but I've told you I can't be in a very professional position to talk about this issue, because I don't know what goes on through the victim, the suicide, someone who is suicidal to that point. But at one point even, someone might, I can say even at one point, I've been in those shoes, where I've thought of such things. But you pray, and you become resilient, you become strong, you pray, and you ask God for strength, and take away those evil thoughts. Make yourself busy, get out, talk to someone about what you're going through, because that is not the solution. And then also, I'd rather you be alone than you be in a relationship where you're hitched to this guy where you feel like you're not worth it. It's better to be alone. It's better to be alone than to be with someone who is supposed to give you happiness. You know your partner is supposed to enhance you. Not really give you happiness, because no one can give you happiness except yourself. It's better to be alone than to be with someone who is taking away your happiness, who is making you feel sad or depressed or worthless. And also religion. I can say also religion. I know religion is a very sensitive topic, but I don't think religion, especially in Kenya, does enough for couples, especially couples going through rough patches, like maybe abusive relationships. I don't think the church does enough, because they normally pray for you. They tell you to pray for your husband. They don't tell you to leave, by the way. Ingawaja hakunaga mtu mwenye anaweza kwambia uende, but there should be an option for leaving. If things go rough, there should be an option for leaving. Rather than you stay there, you are depressed until you kill yourself, sis. There should be an option for living, even in church, even in religion. Basically, there should be an option for living. Even in traditional African marriages, there should be an option for quitting and leaving. Like, you shouldn't be told, oh, for rich or for poor, for till death do us part. Death by suicide, or death, natural death, or old age death. It should be specified here. Till you are compatible no more. Till you have irreconcilable differences, you can choose to walk out. That should be part of the whole clause of marriage. Okay, and another advice, ladies, is to love yourself and always choose you. Like when Nini hits the fan, your life is precious. Like your kids need you, your family loves you, and even if they don't love you, they need you. Your kids need you. And I'm not a psychiatrist, as I've said, and I know that when you get out of, when you're in a bad space, for example, get an Airbnb for 2-3 days, go rest up. Like, have options, like, go to a sister's place, go to a friend's house, and stay there for 3 days, and just like, because when you do that, when you put yourself out of that space that is making you feel so depressed, that is making you feel to the point of suicide, it helps ease off the burden. Take a walk, shower, put on some perfume, smell good, take a walk. It will make you feel better. But don't allow those depressive thoughts to take over and to win. Don't allow your depressive thoughts to win. I know it's a disease, and that's why it requires sometimes medical intervention. Najua ni ugonjwa. But as a kawaida person, like a layman, I can just tell you, if you feel like you're not at your best, maybe because of your partner, call a friend. Go talk to a friend. Go visit someone. Go visit family. If you have parents, go visit your mom. Go visit your dad. Go visit your brother. Yeah. My other advice, if you are a brother and sister of someone in a toxic relationship and they reach out to you, listen to them. Don't tell them vumilia, wanaume ukuaga hivyo, ama hivyo ndio ndoa ukua. No, don't tell them that. Listen to them and be genuine about how you advise them. Just be genuine about how you advise them. Be genuine about how you can help them. It's not fair to send your daughter, your sister back to a bad relationship, and then think that everything is okay. If it's not working, tell them their options. Get out. Even if they have kids, watoto watagrow too. Kids grow by the grace of God. They might not grow as good as if you were in that relationship, but they'll grow. If that was the plan of God, they'll grow. Also, there's a Kenyan culture I've seen. There's also this Kenyan culture where I've seen that someone, in case someone is in an abusive relationship, is constantly being abused, instead of helping to mediate and resolve the issue, people wanakwambia, wanasemaga hiyo ni mambo ya watu wawili. Ati watu wawili wakilala kitanda moja, ukiingia hapo utakuwa adui. So juu wanalala kitanda moja, juu ni watu wawili, wauane. Ama mmoja ajiwe. So you cannot think they're bad. You know, don't be that person. Don't be that person. And if you are in such a situation and you find you're reaching out to people and they keep pushing you back in the arms of the abuser, my friend, just be. It's always good to be ready to start over. One thing I admire about some people is their resilience, their ability to bounce back. Like, as much as kukua relationships 20-30 is not healthy, is not a good thing, yeah? As much as it's not a good thing to have been in 10-20 relationships, in like 1 year you've gone 2-3 relationships, 4 relationships. It's not healthy, yes? But for your sanity, for your peace, for your happiness, I think it's worth it. You can go back there and talk about me all you want, but it's important that I'm happy. If my happiness comes first, I'll always prefer to be in 2-3 relationships and get out of the bad one. If the bad one doesn't work, the second one will work. If the second one doesn't work, the third one might work. Yeah. Like, that is an advice I can give you. Don't be ashamed and say, oh, what will people say? Don't. When you die, what will people say? They'll just cry and bury you. They'll just cry and bury you. There's nothing else. You're there ashamed of getting out of that relationship because of what people will say, because maybe your children don't understand the magnitude and the intensity of what you're going through. But yourself, you know what you're going through. And you know when enough is enough. You know. So don't think by maybe doing what that chick did, God rest her soul in peace, and all that, that's a solution. That is not a solution. That is not a solution, sis. Get out and build yourself. If God gave you that man that you are with, that you're struggling with, what will stop God from giving you a different man if it doesn't work out? If it doesn't work out, you know God is the one who gave you that man that you have, that maybe you're struggling with at that point in that relationship. So what will stop the same God if it doesn't work with this one? What will stop God from giving you a different person? Because you've tried your all. God knows you've given your all, you've been a good woman, you've given yourself as much as possible. But it's not working out, sis. It's not about you. It's not about you. Just because, for example, I have nice lipstick. Just because I have nice lipstick on my lips, it doesn't mean everyone will notice. There are people who will choose to not see the nice lipstick on me. And there are people who will see it and even compliment and comment. So it's not about my lipstick, guys. It's not about my lipstick. It's about the other person and what they see and what they choose to see and how to see it. So don't blame yourselves. Don't think you're worthless. Don't think like, I'm not good enough. No. You're good enough, sis. Just make sure you're giving your all, you're doing your best, and that's enough. And you pray to God. The rest will sort itself later. And then, I'm not saying DJ Brownskins is an abuser. No, I'm not saying that. I have no evidence. I don't have proof. But you can clearly see the woman is in pain. She's tired mentally and physically. And she did it right in front of him. It was a cry of help for him to maybe acknowledge her. That is what I thought. Unfortunately, it fell on deaf ears, because even as she was doing whatever she was doing there, the guy was just there. The guy didn't even bother to wake up and like help the housemaid to give her the milk. He was just seated there. Even when she threw herself in his arms, he was just there. So, what I'll tell you is, you deserve happiness, you deserve love. And if you aren't getting it, have a plan and map out an exit strategy. Get an exit plan and get out. If someone doesn't want to love you, it's not because you are less of a person. It's not because you're not beautiful enough. It's not because maybe you have gained weight. It's not because of anything. It's because they have not decided to love you. It's not your fault that someone, maybe that you've sacrificed so much for, so much time with, so much with, doesn't want to love you. It is them who decide whether to love you or not. So whatever you do not do, if they do not want you, they do not want you. Just leave, sis. Maybe your husband is somewhere else and you're struggling here with someone's man who doesn't want to acknowledge you, who doesn't want to recognize you. I would rather, as a person, propagate for a broken home than a dead spouse. Anytime, any day. You can come for me all you want, by the way, but it won't change my opinion. I'd rather a broken home than a dead spouse. Either by suicide, either by physical abuse, either by, I would rather a broken home than that. For the church and religion, as I've said, my opinion is that they don't do enough. They don't tell our girls the truth. If someone is abusive, get a counselor and work it out together as a couple. If it doesn't work out, and the person keeps on being abusive, or maybe being a bad husband or a bad partner or a bad wife, and you've tried to get intermediaries, you've tried to go to counseling as a couple, then it means there's something wrong somewhere. And maybe it's not your role to just resolve it. You can try all you can to resolve it as much as possible through intermediaries, through maybe the church, but the church always propagates for the couple to remain together. The church will always insist that the couple has to remain together. Even if the person is, like, to the point mtu mpaka they bring disease in the home, sexual transmitted diseases. Maybe bibi hata ameogopa, amecomplain kwa pastor, pastor anamwambia vumilia tu, be a good wife, pray for your man. No. Until that man brings you AIDS, pray for him. I don't believe the church is doing enough to counter such issues in society. What you need to understand is, sister or bro, God doesn't send you an abusive partner. If you've tried to work out with your partner, if you've tried to go to counseling, if you've tried talking to people like mediators and it's not working, maybe God didn't send that man to you. Or maybe he sent him for a period. Because God has his own plan. So God ufanya mambo yake anajua. God also has his own plans, the way things are. They might not be in tandem with what you have in mind, but God knows everything and why it's happening. But if you recognize that things are not working, I've tried to talk to this man, I've tried to maybe get counseling with this man, I've gone to, and the man still doesn't respect me enough, doesn't love me enough, doesn't, like, I deserve better than this. If you know you deserve better than this, either teach him to be like that or leave him. You have two options. Leave or stay there and teach him. If he's not a teachable person, move. Maybe your partner is in another city. And wewe uko hapa una struggle on a marriage where you're beaten every day. And then doctors also, you cover up too much. You see a woman every week, she has injuries, she has physical injuries, she is being beaten. And you just keep on treating them. They tell you they fell on the stairs every day, and you keep on treating them, and you don't even, like, maybe it's the man paying. Now you don't even, find out more. Doctors should be able to even, talk to the patient and ask them what is going on. Is it an abusive situation you're in? Because that could be your sister, that could be your mother. How would it feel if that was your sister, if that was your mom? Yeah, so for today, I'm so mad at that situation. I'm so mad. I thought speaking about it like this, it was idea kidogo. Because, there's nothing we can do. That girl has already lost her life. What you can do is learn from it. So I decided to talk about it. So in a way that another woman wouldn't find herself in such a situation. Try to help someone else going through maybe similar circumstances, who is thinking in such thoughts. That's how I decided to handle it as a person, because it really disturbed me. And I hope this will help someone somewhere. If you're a brother watching this, if you're a father watching this, please let your daughters come home alive. Please let your daughters come home alive. Don't insist on your daughters remaining in marriages or relationships that are not working. That you can see, oh, my daughter is the, or my sister. In this relationship, she's never happy, she's always complaining, she's always crying. And you insist, abaki tu huko. Really? Are you even human? If you are the parent or the relative of a person who is going through a tough relationship like that, please, if you can't if mediating or mediating between the two parties doesn't work, tell the daughter the truth. Sometimes it never works. Maybe you're supposed to have a successful fourth marriage. God forbid. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Maybe your successful marriage is supposed to be the fourth one or the sixth one. And society also, let's stop judging. Let's stop judging people who give birth and leave relationships. I'd rather respect that woman when I'm talking about relationship mbaya than encourage them to remain in that relationship. And then they're hurt, they're broken. And then they resolve to doing things like those. So all I'll say is, may her soul rest in peace. May her family heal. May those kids, if they can overcome and forget what has happened to their mother in front of their eyes, may it happen. God help that family. That's what I'll say. And as a society, we need to do better. That is what I'll say also. Yeah. So that's it for today from me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. More talks like that. This is my setting spray. It's called Cryolan Professional, but it's finishing one, and it was 7,000. There's a lady who gets me makeup from Dubai. She's called what? She has a page where you order stuff from Dubai. She's the one who sold me this. I don't know if it's in Kenya. And then this calamine lotion, I sent for it from the States via delivery. There are people who deliver stuff you can buy in Walmart, wherever in the US, and they deliver here. The foundations I've used, I've mixed Anastasia Beverly Hills in 400N. I've mixed another Anastasia Beverly Hills in 510W to just balance it out. And then there's also this makeup I bought a long time ago. It's called Bio Detox Organic B&B. I normally mix it in my foundation. It's also a foundation. I bought it on the street somewhere in Guangzhou like 3 years ago, and I still have it. The lipstick I'm using, in case you're interested, is called Melabachi. You know Melabachi. I'm sure women know Melabachi. It's a famous lipstick. In number 46, yeah, Melabachi, Nuba. Melabachi. I think I also mixed this foundation. No, I didn't mix it. That's it. My brushes, in case you're interested in finding out where I got them from Original Makeup. They're Fenty brushes. I got them a long time ago when I used to have money, when there was still money in the country. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, guys. Keep on following me for more content, more interesting content, more interesting discussions, ways of saving your coin, guys. Oh, my nails, they're stick-ons. I bought them in River Road. They were 200 or something. Yeah. They were 200 something. I only wear them when doing something or going out. I don't wear them every day because I box. If you follow me, you know I like boxing and I like working out. And nails don't do well with that. So see you next time. And in case you need any content from me in a particular topic, feel free to reach out to me and talk to me, guys. In case you're going through those psychological, like those, if you're being tormented psychologically, if you're having depressive thoughts, I'll give you my Instagram page where you can always DM me and reach out. We can talk. If it means like talking to someone and saving them, you can follow me on Instagram at Snapchat Sophirian. Snapchat Sophirian. I'll just show you my page. I'll put a screenshot below. Snapchat Sophirian. Snapchat dash Sophirian. You can always DM me there. I think I can be available to speak to someone who is going through something. Bora msiniombe pesa. Mimi sina pesa. Thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.